It is not always possible to maintain a full-time firefighting capability in rural or lower-risk areas. So how do brigades ensure that they have the crewing capability for emergency situations? Well, the answer is a highly skilled retained force that lives within close range of their local fire station. Paul Brennan reports on a day in the life of an on-call firefighter.
Charlotte Anderson works in customer services, but for the last 4 years has been a retained firefighter at Shepton Mallet, and it's a job she loves.
When I first wanted to become a firefighter, I had an admin job in my normal employment, but externally I was very active and I wanted a job that could incorporate the both, and as well I really liked the family idea and the family environment and camaraderie that you get with the fire service.
There are 19,000 retained or on-call firefighters across the UK, compared to over 32,000 whole-time. While they may carry out the same incident duties, is there a two-tier service?
The training for retained firefighters is exactly the same as whole-time firefighters, same standard. The way in which that's delivered, however, is sometimes very different. And it will depend on the individual and the amount of time that they're able to put into that training programme. But on average, retained firefighters will spend 2 hours a week training and enhancing and maintaining those skills. But in addition to that, they will do exactly the same training courses as other firefighters.
Obviously, I work at our retained station, but I've had opportunity to go and integrate with whole-time stations as well. We work hand in hand and are very supportive of each other. On the incident ground, we work together as crewing. Externally, for training and development, we might all get together as well. So it's a very integrated service.
While Charlotte may be an on-call firefighter, there's nothing part-time in her commitment or indeed her career progression.
Although I've only been in 4 years, I've had a real quick career progression from firefighter, brilliant exposure, brilliant training and development through that, and I've progressed quite quickly onto a crew manager role, which is more responsibility, more admin involvement, able to deliver training packages, and as well more responsibility on the fire ground in terms of planning and organisation at incidents. Hiya, Paul. Just going through my development folder and just wondered if you could give me a hand with one of the questions.
Okay.
An on-call firefighter costs around 1/10 of the amount of a whole-time firefighter, as they're only paid for when needed. So how does the fire service respond to criticism by some that it's fire cover on the cheap?
Although it's more efficient, we still need a blended approach. So essentially you need your whole-time firefighters in areas where you're very, very busy operationally. But in areas where you're less busy, on-call firefighters is a very cost-effective way of delivering a service. But in truth, there is no distinction operationally between the roles that we expect firefighters to undertake, and it's important, therefore, we've got a blended approach.
You have to have a lot of passion for it. It has to come from the heart completely, your enthusiasm to do the job. It's very supportive, and even as a retained fire staff, I feel very respected and valued by the service.
On-call firefighters are absolutely essential to the way in which a modern fire and rescue service runs. It's a very cost-effective model. It provides all sorts of opportunities to the individual, to their employers, and to the fire and rescue service that's having to deal with significant financial pressures. However, the most important point is that there is no distinction made between whole-time firefighters and retained firefighters in operational terms. They are trained to the same standard and they do an exceptional job, and I'm very proud of both my whole-time and my retained firefighters.